Welcome to another week of Does This Podcast Suck? I am Webhead. This is episode 41. With us as always, Kyle.
Hi, it's me.
And MT.
I was silently praying that you would get the episode number right.
I was taking my time saying it. This is
episode
41. Yay! I'm right.
41. So, yeah, doing pretty good so far.
Night is young.
Not really. Couple interesting things going on this week.
And then a couple not so interesting.
And a couple douchey things. They finally, just a quick thing, not much to really talk about there, but we actually saw a few more Guitar Hero tracks. And there's finally some shit that you might have actually heard of before in this list, so that's always a good sign.
There was a few things on that one. I was like, hey, I'd like to play... Oh, damn it.
Yeah. They had, you were laughing because they had that Skrillex song. You're like, how the fuck are you going to play that on a guitar?
Yeah, how does one dubstep with a guitar?
How does one play Bangarang? I don't even like how do you do that with a fucking guitar? I don't know.
They forgot to mention you need to bring out your DJ Hero turntable and play it that
all
way.
All three of you have.
Hey, I had that. That was fun.
You're one of those.
That game was fun.
Of those people.
That game was fun and the soundtrack was really good. Fuck you.
But the fact remains, it sold horribly, even though it was apparently very good.
Sold well enough to make a sequel.
It did even worse. Sad.
I'm sure most normal people, even if they like rap, are like, what the shit is this?
Yeah, they like...
No, I'm not doing that.
It wasn't for rap, it was for electronic music.
It was more electronic, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's even dumber.
Well,
Shut up.
That one actually makes sense. That's how they do concerts like that. You watch, it's Skrillex, that's how, he stands there and...
Well, Daft Punk was in charge of the song list in the first one, at least, and I know, I think they did most of the remixes. No, sorry, they did have, 4 or 5 remixes that were really good.
That's cool. Anyway, of note... Cowboys from Hell by Pantera, pretty sweet. Guerrilla Radio by Rage Against the Machine. Higher Ground by Red Hot Chili Peppers. I love that song. It's probably one of my favorites. The Black Keys, Gold in the Ceiling. I think we already saw that.
Yeah, that was in the reveal trailer.
Some Matt shit in here. Blitz Kids and Fallout Boy. For all you kids, some Green Day song I've never heard of.
It's off not their newest album, but they released 3 in a short period of time. It was off the first in those 3.
Yeah, I didn't listen to those. The Killers, when we were young. Pretty Reckless. I actually like that song, Going to Hell.
Yeah, it's a decent band.
The Rolling Stones song is good too, Painted Black.
Yeah, Painted Black. That's probably my favorite Rolling Stones
song. That's one of those ones I saw that I was like, oh, I would love to play. God damn it.
That was being this game being the other one I want.
I think Painted Black was in 3. I know I've played it before. One of those games.
Did you do it on one of your custom soundtracks? Maybe?
No.
Maybe it was a DLC song.
No, it was in a disc-based one.
Either way, it was still Guitar Hero, and yeah.
I gave them tries after 3, but it wasn't worth it.
3 was definitely not good. I was very disappointed with that.
Actually,
Rock Band, and I was like, woo!
I knew custom songs for 3 were a thing for a while, but I just kind of lost track of it. And then I don't know how the hell I got back into it, but I spent an hour or so trying to get that working yesterday, but gave up because a lot of the download links to the actual note charts were from 2007 or 2008, and all the hosts were all gone. So it's oh fuck,
the websites they're on are completely gone.
I got 3 songs. I'm like, you know what, this isn't worth it.
Fuck this shit.
But I was bored on a Saturday night. I had nothing else to do, so whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Could have been reading comics and playing video games, though. Right.
I'm already caught up on comics for the week.
Well, whatever.
Although, this is not really games related, but I did order the new Avengers and Avengers stuff into the correct order, so I can read it later.
That's going to be quite an undertaking.
83 issues.
Dear God.
I'm doing right now.
I will be doing that soon.
So video games, back to those.
So back to the video games. Konami being douchebags again. Multiple articles about their douchiness. First up, the thing that I laugh. I pulled up the article on Game Informer and it has 1 star. The headline: Konami confirms that mobile will be its primary focus moving forward. And I throw up.
Because mobile games are the future.
The future! So Konami is really taken the douche to new levels. It's becoming clear why Kojima left, or was forced out, I should say. It may actually not even have to do with him not wanting to make MGS games anymore, and more to do with the fact that the company is full of dickbags.
There won't be any more MGS games.
I think really the worst part about this, if they want to fuck off and do whatever, but now we're not going to see any more good games. Like, we're not going to see new Metal Gear Solid games. We're not going to see new Castlevania games. It's all dead now.
New Silent Hill.
All they're going to put out is poop on phones, and it's going to suck.
And gambling machines.
He indicates that key franchises like Metal Gear Solid may also be pushed into this mobile space, and I was like, I don't want to see Metal Gear Solid on a phone. Like, I guess if you want to port an old one, but just if you're going to make new Metal Gear Solid, don't make some shitty phone game out of it. Come on!
Put Metal Gear Acid on a phone.
Angry fucking Metal Gear birds or something. Angry Metal Gears.
Angry Gears.
That's
Angry
not as
Gears.
unlikely as it sounds. Honestly,
not.
the way those
They've done
things are
every
going.
goddamn thing conceivable. When I saw Angry Birds Star Wars, I was like, really?
Well, that was like the first one they did with. I was like, okay, whatever.
No, I was already like, really? Because there's already like 14 of them that just weren't themed after IPs.
Wasn't Angry Birds Star Wars like full price too? For at least for consoles, I think it might have been.
Well, yeah, they did like a console thing.
The console thing. Oh my! Why the fuck would anyone buy that? Get it free on your phone where it's made to be played.
Yeah,
I just don't understand.
It had Connect support, I assume.
I'm sure you could wave your arms around like a
that
fucking idiot if you wanted to. That's true.
I was actually seeing if I could find that for the Wii for the kids because they're all obsessed with that shit. They did not put it E of all fucking things. Like, how does that even make sense? You have a fucking waggly controller to fling birds with, and you don't do it.
Waggle. Yeah, that would be the only console where it makes sense. Or the Wii U.
Yeah, Wii U.
Touchscreen.
I think the Wii U did get it, at least.
Well, at least that one makes sense.
But
paying $60 for it doesn't make sense when you get it for $1, but
they didn't have it on the DS either. They had it on the 3DS, not the DS, which was also annoying.
Well, that makes sense depending on how new it is.
Well, it came out when they were still releasing regular DS games.
Yeah. So they're gonna pick the newest thing. So yeah, this is just so... I mean, we've heard about this and maybe them doing more casino shit, but this is just so disappointing. All those... They unfortunately have... They own a lot of, cool IP. Metal Gear Solid, Castlevania, Silent Hill...
Oh, to be fair, they can't really make a Silent Hill game without Igarashi, but...
Contra is one of the ones that will probably work fine on a phone. It's simple. That one's probably the only one that I'd be okay.
There's a DS Contra game.
There was. I had it. Contra 4. That shit was fucking brutal.
Hard as fuck.
Oh my god. That game. I couldn't finish it. I was just like, I can't even do this.
I think I got to the second level and I was like, nope, this isn't happening.
I think I ended up cheating so that I could win.
Maybe I'll do that someday.
So, I don't know. It's just so disappointing. Basically, nothing good is going to come out of here for a long time.
I imagine they had it in the back of their minds for a long time, considering the moves they've been making the last year or so.
Yeah, I mean, as douchey as they've been, this must have been the end goal.
They should have just
make all their creators fucking leave. Like, God, you have two of the most legendary creators working there. Fucking the guy that made Castlevania. What's his name again?
Igarashi. Koji Igarashi.
Like shit. Well, he didn't create it, but he made the best ones.
He made some of the more popular ones.
And Kojima. Fuck. What the hell's wrong with you people? I'm sure whoever created Silent Hill probably doesn't work there anymore either.
I doubt it. I don't know where they work now, but I'm pretty sure they don't work it.
It's ridiculous. I mean, at least Nintendo can hold on to Miyamoto, even if he's like a crazy old guy now.
Well, he's all I've got.
Yeah, that's pretty much true, isn't it? Well, no, they have the guy that made Zelda.
That was Miyamoto.
No, but the guy that made more of the Zelda games. Miyamoto is like vaguely related at this point. What's his name? The other guy.
Eiji Onuma.
Yeah. He's been kind of in charge since like the Super Nintendo game, right?
I don't think so.
Maybe it was the 64?
It might have been Ocarina.
Yeah, you know what? It probably was Ocarina. But, I don't know. It's just sad. And moving on to another douchey thing by Konami. So, there was this video on YouTube basically detailing the whole Kojima, Konami, all that shit, and just how terrible they've been. And they fucking filed a DMCA complaint on YouTube. But even more incredible, YouTube overturned it. They went, no. And put the video back.
Yeah, the video was down for like 11 hours.
And I can't stress how completely unusual that is, because YouTube never fucking helps anyone, ever. Like, they don't give a fuck. So this was so heinous that they actually intervened on behalf of the person that posted the video.
To be
But it's
specific,
mind-blowing.
The reason cited for it being overturned was that like Konami didn't have enough information for what exactly was being infringed upon in that complaint.
There wasn't anything, basically.
I guess specifically what they're thinking they tried to pull it for was roughly like 19 seconds of video from Metal Gear Rising that was basically muted and mostly the menu screen.
Yeah, 27 seconds of the nearly 9-minute video.
Yeah.
With its accompanying audio at a barely audible level. Jesus Christ. Like, that is just full-on dick right there. Come on. I don't get, like, why do they still try this shit? The moment they do it, immediately there's a huge backlash that's 10 times worse.
Yeah, well, that's basically like the guy that had made the original video made another video about all of this and then basically said, all it really served to do was make the video that much more popular.
Yeah, because now everyone wants to watch it.
It got reported on like every fucking gaming site ever.
Yeah.
And like the views for the original video when it came back up like quadrupled or something like that.
Yeah. Streisand effect. Just stop fucking being evil. Leave it alone. This isn't like the Dark Ages. You can't just silence people that you don't like. You have to fucking live with it. I don't know if it's because they're Japanese and just different there or what, but they're out of their fucking minds if they think they can pull this kind of shit.
It's got to be a Japanese thing, because Nintendo was doing the same shit with their YouTube videos. Not exactly the same, but similar.
I'm not saying that as some sort of, but a lot of these Japanese companies seem to think that it's okay to do this.
Yeah.
And it's not.
I think Square Enix pulled some stuff like that for a little while, too. They finally figured out that it was retarded, but they tried.
It gets so much worse when you try to silence someone. It doesn't work. Nope. If there's one thing Americans are, it's loud, obnoxious, and unable to be silenced. You trying to make us be quiet makes us that much louder and more obnoxious.
We're like the world's annoying little brother.
Yeah. And the Brits are pretty much the same. Total Biscuit gets silenced, and he makes like 8 more videos about it. Maybe that's because he's been in America for a while. Still, like, God, just stop. Okay? Just stop. Completely unnecessary. Getting ridiculous. I'm just tired of seeing this shit. Anyway, so that's, another notch on the fucking douche belt for Konami. I'm sure we'll see more in the coming days.
They're going to win a prize soon.
There's just nothing happy coming, What were you going to say?
They're going to win a prize soon.
Yeah. The fucking lottery of douchery.
Or whatever it was EA won a couple years ago. Or years in a row.
Oh, wow.
Worst company in America or whatever it was.
They're on their way.
But I guess they can't because they're a Japanese company, but still.
Doesn't matter. We'll make an exception. Konami America.
Blame it on the American branch. And did nothing wrong.
Maybe that's why they pulled out of the New York Stock Exchange, so they couldn't get the worst
For
company in
that
America.
reason specifically. Oh, God. There's some interesting Microsoft stuff this week. So, some people leaked footage of the Gears of War remake thing. And then their consoles got banned. So, I guess for starters here, you signed an NDA. I really don't honestly, they're lucky they didn't get sued for starters. They broke an NDA. Like, you sign an agreement saying, I'm not gonna, and it's a big fucking deal. They're legally enforceable. So their consoles got banned. And then what was weird is everyone started reporting that they'd bricked the consoles. So I guess that's kind of what we're talking about here. They weren't bricked. Now, getting banned from Xbox Live, however, is no small thing. You can't play on Xbox Live. I don't even think you can get updates anymore if it's been bricked. If it's been... God damn it, I got that stuck in my fucking head. If it's been banned from Xbox Live, I don't even think you can get updates anymore. So that kind of sucks. But I think what people are getting really super mad about was like, why the fuck does Microsoft have the ability to brick my console? And they don't. They just have the ability to ban you from the Xbox Live. Unfortunately, a large portion of functionality on the console depends upon being able to communicate with Xbox Live. Even if you don't have gold, a lot of functions, flow through there. But, it's not that bad that they can ban you from there. That seems perfectly acceptable to me. I mean, you do something to get banned. The ban itself may be, questionable or whatever, but the fact they can do it seems perfectly okay. Like, if you're doing malicious things, we're going to kick you out. And you can still play your games on the disc as they were released, so. But, yeah, it was weird. Everyone jumped to this. They're bricked! No, something being bricked, that word gets thrown around a lot. That means, like, you can't turn it on. That's what that means. Bricked, it's useful as a brick.
Now a brick.
Yeah, it is now a brick because I can't use it. You can still use it, it's just less useful. So, I just thought that was important to point out. I'm not exactly a Microsoft supporter, but come on, let's not just make bullshit up. I'm not a fan of when these things tend to spread like wildfire, and then someone has to write an article going, "Whoa, everybody, just chill the fuck out." So it is kind of funny. I mean, the moment you saw this, you're like, those guys are fucked. Like, no one else is reporting on this. They've surely been asked not to do this. They're fucked. Because not only are those consoles banned, they will never be asked back to something like this ever again.
Yeah.
And that sucks. And that's what you get for not following the fucking NDA. Why would you do that? Could that really even be worth it? I just don't get it.
Gotta get that internet notoriety.
And, and they're going to be dead again. And so for, a few fleeting moments,
especially for something like that, it's a re-release of an old fucking game.
Yeah. Like, who cares?
Boy.
You got a story. Woo! Is it worth it? If I was Microsoft, I saw that, I would have immediately released official news, just because fuck those guys, right? Whatever site they were on, fuck them.
That's what some
boom, steal out of the sales.
That's what some movie companies do now. Like Marvel was doing that when their trailers were getting leaked early.
Yeah, they're just fuck it, just send it out early, whatever. I remember that happened with one of them,
which is one of the more recent ones. I know that much.
Yeah, I thought that was really hilarious. They just ended up doing it early. They were like, fuck it.
And then they made the comment on Twitter about, like, damn you, Hydra, or something like that.
Yeah. They were good sports about it, really.
And that's, I wish companies would just be better sports about things. And I think it's funny as shit if you do that, and you like I said, you take the wind out of their sails too.
Well,
not only does it make you not look like dickbags, but you also end up, preventing the people that did what they aren't supposed to be from getting huge amounts of hits and stuff. You'd kind of kill it right there if you put out an official announcement, and if you put more information in there than the other people did.
Well, even Fox pulled that with the Deadpool thing that had gotten leaked.
Oh, the footage.
They're like, you
ended
know
up
what?
releasing it.
Fuck it. Here's the good version. Watch ours.
Yeah, here you go.
It's not some shitty cam video anymore.
Right. Doesn't look like ass. Which, Jesus, if the MPAA can get in front of something, fuck. A movie company did something like that. Come on, Microsoft. Get on it. Anyway, and in stupid Microsoft news, I happened to cross this little headline and groaned. The Candy Crush Saga is going to be installed in Windows 10 by default, and I was like, why? I wonder which edition it'll be, since there's apparently like fucking 50 versions of Windows 10. I don't know if you guys saw that. God. I liked that Windows 8 just had 2. Is it? That's probably the only thing that anyone liked about Windows 8, but
I think also it's the only OS they've done that way with in a while.
Yeah,
like 7 had like 9 versions.
Windows XP was fairly innocent, right? There's Home and Pro, isn't that it?
I think so, yeah.
And then Windows 7 had like 5 or 6 editions, and it was ridiculous.
Home Basic, Home Professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Home Business fucking Pro. I don't even know. I can't even. Yeah. They need to chill the fuck out.
My favorite part with 7, too, when it came out, because I was working at an electronics store at the time, is the upgrade copies that released as well. Like, the way you could tell it was an upgrade copy is there was this really tiny sticker on it that said upgrade. So people were like constantly like, why is this one cheaper? See this tiny sticker here? That's why.
See this tiny little thing? That's why it's cheaper. Yeah, like back in Windows 98, 95, it just said Windows 98 upgrade. I don't know why you would hide it or whatever the fuck they're doing. Because they're idiots. Let me answer my own question. So, go Microsoft. Hey, Candy Crush. That'll be the first thing I uninstall.
Moms everywhere will be happy.
I get Windows 10 for free and Candy Crush? Oh my god!
I'm going to post this to the Facebooks.
It's not a thing you pay for, is it?
No.
Okay, it's a free game.
It's free to play.
It's free.
Free to play.
Oh god. How'd you make... I don't care. I'm not going to contribute any more brain.
That is the correct
it's
response.
One of those hardcore, like, freemium model games. Like, about halfway through the game, you basically can't do anything without buying shit.
Well, you could, but you had to wait like a week or something stupid like that.
Well, there's, like, in order to even progress into the game further, you had to either, like, pay or get, like, 3 other people to, like, give you tickets to progress into the next set of levels.
Wow.
And then, like, they set up the levels so that they're, like, so freaking hard that you know, like, if you don't have their special items you can buy, that's pretty much pure luck that you get through them.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Can't wait. Windows 10 and Candy Crush. Match made in hell. Speaking of another Windows thing, apparently the Oculus has put Mac and Linux development on hold. Just sad. Weird, because I thought, the original, like, the developer ones already worked on Linux, I thought. Didn't they?
I think so.
I have no idea.
I'm not sure, honestly. It seems like they would. I don't know.
I feel like it might have.
Kind of disappointing. It's not going to hurt them because, let's be honest,
We got
the
some,
number of Linux gamers is negligible, but it's still disappointing.
Got some hard-hitting journalism right here.
Yeah,
I think maybe that's a thing.
That's why we don't get paid money for this.
Yep.
Yes, maybe, no, fuck, I don't know.
Bringing
I don't
you the
care.
facts, maybe, sorta.
Fuck facts and fuck you.
Facts with a question mark.
Well, if you like looking it up.
Bringing you the facts?
Yep. Sounds about right. So that's fun. I'm sure everyone getting one of those will be very excited that it's not going to work on Linux anymore. You know, I got to say, too, I feel like a larger number of their customers would probably be Linux people, because we're talking like, nerds buy these things, people like me
Yep.
So, not a good thing to do. People are getting pretty uppity about the Linux shit because I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If we could just never have to use Windows again, that would be a good thing for everybody. And Microsoft knows it too. I guarantee that's why Windows 10 is going to be free for so many people. They're like, please just use it. Please stop buying Android tablets. So we'll see. Come on, guys. Maybe it won't take that much longer. Like, it'll be like 3 to 6 months or something if we're lucky. Of course, they don't even have a timeline yet, so that's not exactly encouraging.
They probably just want to focus on getting the Windows version out as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's the only reason I could see for them doing that is just to get it released sooner and then worry about back in Linux later.
Well, one of the problems that it's going to have, at least right out of the gate, is it's not going to have very many games for it. So this will give people time to develop stuff because they'll actually have versions of it they can actually go out and get themselves.
Well,
because you kind of need games to make it something that's worth the money. If there's nothing for it, then what's the point of buying it?
Yeah. So, moving along, couple cool things on Kickstarter in the last little while. The two that I've been looking at that are really cool, there's Ukulele, which is kind of
a little bit before.
Yeah, it was kind of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, just like Banjo-Kazooie. So from the original Rare developers behind Donkey Kong Country and Banjo-Kazooie, they got this game now. I think we did talk about it a little. It's basically Banjo-Kazooie with a lizard and a bat. What's interesting about this, it is the most funded UK game Kickstarter ever. They hit their goal of $175,000 in 40 minutes. And they're already at... Where are they at? 2.5 million. Oh my god. Fucking crazy. Once they hit 2 million pounds, that's the last goal that's on here. We'll get some sort of DLC that's free to backers. That's kind of cool. They had been, from what if you watch the video, they were, talking about how they're kind of, they're already working on a game, and doing the Kickstarter kind of allows them to make, a better game. Basically. And side note, totally never knew those Rare guys were in the UK. Totally did not know that.
Really?
Did you guys?
Yep.
Nope. Like the Rare people that made... You knew that back then?
Yep.
Before this Kickstarter?
Yep.
I guess you're a bigger fan than I was. Totally did not know that. I was like, what? What are all these British people in this video? What is this? Why is this in Queen's money? What is happening? So it's a shocker to me. A filthy American. I don't know anything.
They also announced another character called Trouser, Trowzer. So they really like their puns.
Oh my god, they're trolly cunts.
But he's a support character and will teach the ukulele new abilities throughout the game. So, hooray!
And then it's going to be on basically all the platforms: Wii U, Xbone, PS4, Windows, Mac, Linux, everything you could fucking want. And it seems like they're shooting for a console game, whereas, say, Mighty Number 9 was a whatever game. This one strictly seems to be console.
I think I remember hearing it's not going to be a full price game either. It's going to be a downloadable, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you can get it for $16 on Steam.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a downloadable game price.
And $24 if you want it on a console. I don't like that, I might add. It's $9 more just to get it on a console? Come on. I don't know. I know they do have to pay the console makers some money to release their games, so...
Yep.
I guess. I can't decide where I want to buy it. I don't think it's going to have any multiplayer, is it?
I wouldn't imagine so. Maybe maybe a local co-op or something.
I don't know.
I don't wonder if they'll do anything extra if they go way over too, because I know we talked about it before. I had put money in on that Harmonix game that they're remaking.
Oh, Amplitude?
Yeah. And what they ended up doing is they didn't hit all their stretch goals, but they were just shy of one of them, so they pretty much had a shitload of extra money that they didn't actually need. So anybody that had put in $35 or more, they basically just gave them like $20 in PSN money.
Holy
And
shit.
then they like kind of fucked it up. Like some of the codes didn't work the first round through. Like when I tried to put in all of mine, I got like, I want to say like 13 or like 12. They were like 10 $2 codes. I'm not sure why they did it that way, but
They just found them somewhere.
only like half of them worked. And like apparently that happened to a bunch of people. So they just gave everybody 10 new codes without like caring
Holy
if
shit.
any of them worked. So I got like, $25 back somewhere around there. So I only actually paid like 10 for the game at this point.
Damn it, I should have done that.
It's kind of cool.
That's funny. So yeah, this game looks fun though. I'll do it. I've never really played Banjo-Kazooie, but I'm down for this. I love that. I love these like developers that have been able to come back and like kind of do the games that they wanted to do.
Yeah.
That we already like, things that keep getting pushed away, like Konami, and or the fact that Rare doesn't even exist really anymore. Whatever the fuck that company is now, it is not the Rare we knew. Cool to see that, and then the other game is that Bloodstained game. Did we talk about that one too?
Nope. It came out, I think it was announced on Monday.
Was it? Huh.
I want to say it was after we recorded, I know that much.
Nice. Well then, let's talk about it. So this game is... it's like a Castlevania style game. It's made by the guy that did some of the more popular Castlevania games.
Yeah, I think
Igarashi.
he did Symphony of the Night, which is on PlayStation
Which
1.
is insanely popular, if I remember.
A bunch of the DS ones.
And all the DS ones. He made Dawn of Sorrow.
Is it Aria of Sorrow?
I don't remember. He did all the good shit, though. You know what I mean?
Right, the ones everyone really liked.
The one that I loved the ones on DS. So I am super duper excited.
Yes, our Order of Ecclesia was probably the one you're confusing.
And Portrait of Ruin. Yep, those three. I think he might have done the GBA ones as well.
I'm not sure.
No, yeah, he did. Harmony of Dissonance, Aria of Sorrow, Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, no, that's not the one. Order of Ecclesia, and I don't know, maybe he didn't do Portrait of Despair. Portrait of Ruin. There it is. So, and there's a bunch of, this guy he basically did Castlevania for like 10 years as far as I can see. There's like a shit load of Castlevania games in here. So, I'm excited. The video looks really cool. It looks, what they've got so far looks like a continuation of what they've already been making.
Yeah, all they really have so far is concept art.
Right.
But it does look very much like that.
The DS style.
Right.
So, that's definitely what they're going for, and I am 100% behind that. And they've already made, they're at 2.2 million.
Yep.
Jesus.
Damn.
They only wanted 500,000.
Yeah. They've hit like every stretch goal.
Kind of cool to see that. Like, it's been happening a lot where, they don't seem to, they seem to ask for, like, a very strict budget's worth, and then everyone's just like, take all of the money.
Take my money!
Well, what was kind of interesting about this one is, according to them, it's already 90% funded, like, without the Kickstarter money, and then, like, this was more to show that people wanted it.
Yeah. They had, like, a publisher who wasn't sure or something. If you watch the video, it goes into pretty good detail about how, they're like, I don't know if anybody really likes this shit anymore. Like, really? So, and one of the stretch goals is fucking David Hayter.
Yeah, they hit that one pretty quick.
How awesome is that? Hell yeah. And one of them is putting in cheat codes. And the pictures, the up, down, left, right, B.
If Kojima won't use Hater, we will.
Yeah, fuck it. They're going to have local co-op. So this makes me maybe actually want to get it on console. Because you can do co-op. And I like that. One of them was new boss, a speedrun mode. I don't need that. But boss rush mode? That might be fun.
Classic mode.
I'm not sure what that even means.
Yeah, I don't even have a clue.
Really don't know what that means. Yeah, they didn't really explain what any of these, what these things are. And then the next goal at 2.5 million is classic mode, which I also have no idea what that means. This thing, oh yeah, okay, it's been going for 5 days. Because they're usually 30 days, right?
31,
All right.
31 or
Really
32.
may have, in fact, been Monday. And yeah, so they've been going for 5-6 days. They have fucking 2.5 million. So basically, all of these goals are good to go. I hope they had more. And then
I'm
they
sure
have
they
this
will.
weird shit backer achievements. So for like getting, a certain number of Kickstarter backers or Twitter followers or YouTube subscribers, which they've already hit 10,000. They've hit that goal. Apparently we're going to get more stuff. I don't know what.
Yeah, that's there's a card game that did something like that where they basically made so much money they're like, there's nothing else we can really do with this, so here's these, and we'll just start adding random shit to the game if you can like make this stuff happen. And it was all weird shit like get a picture of like 10 Spider-Mans in a kayak and shit like that. It was hilarious.
To the internet!
It was that Exploding Kittens game that the
It's supposed to be like, yeah.
Well, that makes sense then.
Yeah. And there was like 5 Batmans in a hot tub.
5
like
Batmans.
But they hit like every single one of them, so like they added a bunch of free shit for everybody.
That's awesome to see they're having fun with it.
Yeah.
See what sort of stupid shit they can get
One
people
of
to
the
do.
cool things I did too, because it just made so much fucking money they didn't know what to do with it. They actually did a day where if you like posted a picture like at an animal shelter with the staff, like with a a hashtag thing or whatever, they would actually call and order that animal shelter free pizza. Just like all kinds of weird shit like that.
That's funny.
Those kooky motherfuckers. All y'all weird. So, I'm pretty happy about this one. I want to see it do well. It looks cool. Yeah, I guess that's all it's really. It's fucking Castlevania. It looks, from the concept art, it looks just like the DS ones. I think they're still trying to figure out whether they're going to use swords or whips or maybe both. Or I don't know. They're probably going to have lots of weapons if it's like the DS ones.
I think one of the achievement type things was a sword whip.
Yeah. And
So
there's
why
going to be
choose?
some sort of crafting element that seems interesting. So you can kind of combine stuff to make new items, and it looks fun. I like it. I'm cautiously optimistic here. Oh, I guess there's going to be more backer unlocks, whatever the fuck that is, as you do certain things. All $100 backers get a 1-inch button. Okay.
Hooray!
Ooh. And a temporary tattoo. Oh my god. Oh god. That's funny. They're really going all out, that's for sure. So yeah. If you liked Castlevania on DS, seems like this would be right up your alley. Anyway. Moving along. Ubisoft news. Apparently, and I had to laugh when I read this, Ubisoft's no longer developing for last gen. I'd just like to know when they're actually going to start developing for anything. Or at least finish developing for anything.
Yeah, that's the trick, apparently.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder.
You get to make these claims until you've made a game that wasn't broken as fuck on the current gen.
Makes me wonder how badly that last gen Assassin's Creed sold.
Yeah. Pretty bad, or at least it should be. So, yeah, they gave me a laugh. That's good, though. Even though it's laugh-worthy. It's good. Because companies need to fucking jettison that shit quick. It's just holding everything back. Like, Destiny is kind of a piece of shit, partially because it's still on last gen, so get rid of it. Make next gen. Current, whatever you're supposed to call it now. So, I hope more companies do that. The more, the better. And let's see. Also, this is kind of sad. I swear this game's been delayed like 50 times now. Didn't we see this at E3 like 2013
Wouldn't
or
surprise
something?
me.
The Division has been delayed again. to 2016. I can only hope, and my thinking here is that maybe they just don't want to repeat of Watch Dogs being a sack of shit, and they're just kind of stepping back. Hey, let's finish it.
Yeah, it was announced at E3 2013.
It was. See, I knew it. God, it's been so long. Whew. So I don't know. I mean, it sucks. It keeps getting delayed, but at least if they put out something that's not a piece of shit, that'd be nice. Ubisoft has been really bad lately, man. I feel like everything they released last year was fucked up somehow.
Pretty much.
So, I think they said something. What was that? Oh yeah, after overwhelming fan feedback, a PC version of this was announced. So maybe that has some, part in that. Maybe. I don't know, man. Oh wait, no, that was confirmed back in 2013. I don't know.
Yeah, it was originally just going to be like a strictly console thing, and people were like, "No,
what the fuck?"
So, score 1 for Uplay, I guess.
Oh fuck!
Boo!
No. Yeah, I just got sad now. Oh, it's coming to. Oh. So that about covers the news portion. So MT, got a little
That's me.
rock band to talk about.
Yeah, they had the official first gameplay shown on IGN on Friday at noon. I don't know if Kyle managed to watch any of it or not.
I did not.
Well then,
What exactly did they? It was what was in there?
Showing
I don't think I did.
It was just showing the gameplay, basically. Overall, visually, the UI looks exactly the same. I mean, I think they changed the note charts, the look of the notes slightly, but there's some issue. People were saying that the bloom lighting on the notes was too, I don't know, some nitpicky graphics thing. I'm like, oh, that's actually a bug. Whoops.
We'll fix that.
But yeah, it looks like Rock Band, which isn't a bad thing. But it looks like a graphically updated Rock Band as far as visuals come. I mean, yeah, that's. I didn't expect anything wildly crazy like what Guitar Hero did, because there was really no need to change it. I don't think there's any need to change it, and it would be kind of weird to. I think it would have been a lot more work for them to do a whole new graphical engine for the game and whatnot, and then have
completely unnecessary
and redo all the animations and stuff for the old DLC songs. So that's probably why.
Yeah,
a big chunk of why they didn't change much, which I'm okay with. I'm perfectly fine with.
But it's still gonna look better.
Yeah,
I'm sure they did new stuff, but it's not like reinventing the wheel completely. I always felt like that Guitar Hero spent way too much time on shit that didn't matter, just so that it would like a new coat of paint.
Well,
on the same
fucking
shit.
The last one with Warriors of Rock had your characters transforming into some mystical version of themselves at some point. Like, why? Yeah. No, stop.
Mega evolutions?
Yeah, like Pokemon.
I have to admit, it was mildly entertaining the first time it happened, but yeah,
the first time we
kind
were
of pointless.
What the?
Well, I did it, and the person I used, they turned into a headless horseman type thing. Or the singer did or something,
that's
and every time
they
would sing, he would hold up his microphone to the empty space where his head would be. It's why? No.
Well, where else would the sound come from? His ass?
He wouldn't have sound, period. He's got no head.
He's shouting out of his neck, obviously. Jesus, MT. Come on.
But his vocal cords are in his neck. They moved to his chest.
It would have been funnier if he'd stuck it into his into the hole where his head was.
Just leaned over and just stuck the mic stand into his neck hole. Yeah.
Maybe his head wasn't gone, it was just invisible.
Whatever. Anyway, the idea of it was stupid is the point I'm making.
You don't want Super Saiyan Rock Warriors?
No. No. My only real complaint about the way a Rock Band does it, and I mentioned this on another podcast, is the transition from scene to scene was kind of weird. For a Guitar Hero, some of the later ones, they mocapped actual performances, so an actual song would look like one long performance all the way through, instead of when the camera changed, all of a sudden the guitar player being like playing one way, and the next camera change, he's playing a completely different way, and there's no like transition animation thing. It's a dumb thing to be concerned about, but it kind of bugged me, and I didn't really notice that they fixed that with this. I imagine they didn't, because who other than me really gives a shit.
Most people don't, because they're looking at the notes, not the people.
Yeah.
Unless you're singing. That's when you start to notice. When you're a singer, you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't really need to look when you're singing, because you know the song. You sing it already.
The only thing that really bothered me was, like, you know, your band would be pretty much preset most of the time, so you'd play, like, if you ended up with, like, a male singer, and then you'd play a song with a female singer, and it's still the male singer for your band.
Really?
It always threw me off a little bit.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, that happens.
Maybe in the story mode thing, because I don't remember happening in like free play, quick play, whatever.
I think in quick play it just used your band if you had one a lot of the time.
Well, I remember you could switch between like I don't remember. It was like specific songs had specific members of the band in them, or I don't know.
Yeah, like it depended on like how many people were in your band and stuff like that, but like there was a lot of instances where like mostly it would happen like because like my girlfriend had a character or whatever, so if like she wasn't playing, it would switch her out as the singer or something like that, her character. But if she was playing, she was stuck with, you know, whatever instrument she had picked, so there would only be like male members left, and if we played you know, a song with a female singer, when there's no female to replace them with. So it's like whatever.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Like they used their female model for your girlfriend's character, and that was it, basically.
Well, like
she had
just
a
depends
character.
on yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Was,
but like
part of the band or whatever, and
they used the remaining members, and all there were remaining were males.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that kind of makes sense. That's all you got left.
Well, I mean,
it was just a weird thing. It was like kind of like you saw a lot of like people making fun of in the one Guitar Hero game where they had like Kurt Cobain and shit like that, and like they had the video of Kurt Cobain doing some like rap song because that was who they stuck in there as the singer.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Rock Band itself had a very Kurt Cobain looking character. It was one of the presets.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of like themed characters that were like a Jimi Hendrix or like a not David Bowie, but like part of his band, like some like futuristic disco guy, or I don't,
Ziggy Stardust type of thing.
Yeah. So for actual gameplay changes, I didn't notice a whole lot, but a couple of things were with the vocals. Instead of like before you kind of had to hit the exact note to get credit for it, they have now what's called vocal improv. And as far as I can tell, you don't have to hit the exact note, but you can kind of be in the same key or close enough to where you'll get credit for it. And I know, like on the vocalist's like score bar, there was a circle that would fill up as you hit the right notes. And like I think for like normally it would be blue, but if you did the vocal improv, it would fill up with orange, so you can kind of like tell like how much of that was actually you hitting the right note and whatnot. Which I wasn't a big singer, so I don't really think I'll notice that difference all that much.
I don't either, because when I sing, I try to sing it exactly how it is sung.
Yeah, I believe they mentioned they wanted to like make it feel like you're kind of making the song your own in a way. Yeah, which I can understand.
I guess if you're singing someone else's song, I don't know. I felt like I'd sing their song like they sing it. To me, it's more like karaoke.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like it's fine if you have somebody that wants to, sure, why not allow for it? But as long as they don't penalize you for not doing that,
yeah, then I'll be mad. But they're not going to do that.
Well, I like I said, I wasn't a vocalist, so I don't really know. But you have to be within like a certain range, I guess, like to actually be considered on note, on key, or whatever. And I guess this just kind of widens that range a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you could already go down an octave. It didn't mind that. Like if you had something real high pitched, you could start singing low, just an octave lower. So it already supported that. So I'm kind of curious what exactly this is.
Yeah,
I see an example.
I can't explain it too well, but
they haven't been that specific either.
No, and
about what it is.
And to be fair, they said on the stream that this is what they showed is basically a pre-alpha. Like they worked their asses off just to get that together to show. So it's not anywhere near remotely done.
Well, and this particular feature seems kind of niche. Like I don't think most people playing this game are doing vocal improvisation. They're doing fucking karaoke. Right? You're gonna sing the song exactly how it is. It's how most people do it. But some people will do, the crazy shit. So, that's good. It's good to be there. More features is better as long as other shit doesn't get broken.
Sticking with vocals, there's this kind of goes into one of their new quote unquote modes, which is like a show. You do basically a show where I don't know like if it's a set list to start with, but like at some point, like there are certain parts of the song where like the singer will have nothing to do for a long period of time, or the guitar player will not have notes for a while, and what'll happen in this particular mode is that person will get to have like 5 different options they can choose from, which will help like dictate what the next song will be. Like something from the 1980s, something from the 70s. I want something that's prog rock. I want to play something that's ska, something along those lines. So as you get to the next song, you can kind of like workshop what song it'll pick next instead of having to be like a random song.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, which is is kind of interesting. In the stream itself, I don't remember how many songs they got to, but it seemed like it would go on for quite a while. I mean, I think you might have had the option to play one more song and like have to be the final song or whatnot. And at the end of the show, you could choose whether you wanted to play an encore or not. Like the crowd would like ask for an encore. You could say, "Yeah, sure, I'll go out and play another song for them," or "Nope, fuck them."
I remember seeing something about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things with the vocals. It's like between songs, like there's a way. It looked like they had like set lines the singer could say between songs to get like the crowd like pumped up. Like, are you guys ready for more? Or something along those lines. Like, we got one more for you, or something. Something kind of stupid. I thought it was kind of dumb. Kind of maybe not dumb, but just kind of silly. And like, I don't know if I doubt it affected your score, but like the crowd would get upset if you didn't do that between songs. They didn't show that for some reason, but they mentioned it on the stream. Which is interesting, but kind of dumb, I think. Also, with that mode, if you finished a song with full overdrive, that would carry on to the next song. So like if a song started off with a particularly difficult part and the guitar player couldn't play it, he could have star power ready and make it through. Which I think would be really handy, because there are a couple songs like, I think it was Thunderstruck by AC/DC. Like the very beginning of that song, the guitar is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like it goes so fast and like repeats so like specifically that you're like, oh god, my fingers
like,
can't remember.
It's like, that's a bad representation of that album. I can maybe I'll take a break during the recording and add that in to get it. I don't know, but yeah, it was like really fucking hard. Like you could fail the song within like the first minute of it because that song part was so hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well that song's fucking ridiculous. It's just like constant.
Yeah, for like a minute straight too.
Yeah, it is tiring. Like I played that a few times. Like, oh god, I can't make it to the rest of this.
Yeah, there's a few songs like that where
System of a Down song. I remember some of those were fucking brutal.
Yeah. Another thing that they kind of briefly went into was the way they handled drum fills. I don't know if you remember the way it was in the other games, but like there were specific sections where like you could basically play whatever you wanted to, and at the end of that little section you hit the green note, and that would give you your star power.
Yeah.
Which they were saying like the reason they changed the way it worked is like with some of the AV setups, like the lag kind of made it sound kind of weird and kind of ruined the experience. So they made it now to where there's like a large selection of different fills they can kind of put into the song at random that are supposed to kind of fit the mood of the song. So, you're actually playing real notes. Like, I don't think it was the actual, like, real notes of the song for that particular part, which I believe they mentioned you can kind of have it so there's none of that, and you can just play the song as it's intended. But, it sounded like the reason they were doing that, like I said, was to get rid of that lag problem. Made it sound kind of weird. I wish I could remember exactly like some of the fills, but like they had it themed to like, okay, there are like 20 or 30 punk fills, and there are 20 or 30 metal fills, and we would choose randomly which ones to use out of that pool. Which, as a drummer, is kind of interesting, but I would still rather just play the song as it's intended.
Yeah. I know sometimes, like, the star power part on drums would throw me off, like, depending on the song. Like, some of them I could flow well with it, and some songs was like, this doesn't sound right. Yeah. What am I doing?
There were some where, like, I actually knew, like, the correct notes and tried to play it, but even then, like, with the lag, it just sounded off, because,
Yeah.
They didn't mention this on the IGN stream about it, but one of the guys from Harmonix, his name is Eric Pope. He's been there for a while. And there's another video game website that I've probably mentioned at one point, but they have a Friday show they do every week where they just sit and play games for a while, and he was on there. And he was mentioning that the instruments they were playing on the IGN stream were the PlayStation 3 instruments, so it sounds like they've got those working already, which is nice. They did show the new guitar on the IGN stream, but visually it looked pretty much the same. It's got the same 5 buttons on the top and 5 buttons closer to the base of the guitar, I guess. I don't know the actual term for it, but
on the neck and the
Webhead would know better than I would.
Yeah, there's some on the neck and then some near the where the pickups would be.
Yeah. And I know they mentioned like the buttons were slightly different, slightly better, I guess, more responsive.
Yeah, the placement looked the same, but the buttons themselves, they said, just felt better or something.
Yeah, they didn't get too technical about it, but they just mentioned, they like I said, they briefly showed it, so it wasn't a huge in-depth thing. But
I did watch something like that at some point, about them talking about that. I was like, good.
So that's pretty much what they showed. It looks like Rock Band. I'm perfectly happy with that and really excited for it because
it's a Rock Band.
I don't know if we talked about last week if the songs they announced, the 6 songs they announced. I don't think we did.
I thought we did. I think
Maybe.
I read all 6 of them. I don't know. You can go over it again if you really want.
Avenged Sevenfold, Hail to the King. Fleetwood Mac, You Make Loving Fun. Jack White, Lazaretto. The Killers, Somebody
song.
Told Me. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I know I've heard the song because I have the album it's on, but I can't recall it off the top of my head.
A weird fucking album.
Yeah, it's a very weird album. It's not bad, but it's weird.
Yeah.
The Killers, Somebody Told Me, which I'm surprised wasn't in a game before. It wasn't in Rock Band already.
Isn't that going to be in both of them?
I think it might be. It may have been like DLC for Guitar Hero at some point. I don't know. Spin Doctors with Little Miss Can't Be Wrong.
Oh, God.
Then The Who has The Seeker, which is a song I'm not familiar with, but I hear it's good. So that's the six songs so far.
Cool.
I know all the bands, if not the songs.
Yeah.
No fucking Ed Sheeran.
I know his name, but I think that's only because he's been in a Guitar Hero game or a Rock Band game at some point. I don't know any of his songs.
He's like a singer. He's not even a... I thought that was weird. Like, why does a singer have something in a Rock Band game?
Who knows?
Like, it's like pop music, though. It's not like a rock singer. It's not like Ozzy, Ozzy's a singer, quote-unquote, but he's got a badass fucking guitar. Always. Went from Randy Rhoads to fucking Zakk Wylde. Like, every guitarist he had has been fucking incredible. So,
yeah.
He gets a pass. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to Rock Band. I'd love if they gave us a release date.
They'll probably go on into that E3. They're still working on stuff, obviously, but
I'm hoping, maybe at E3 they'll give us the actual official release date.
I'm sure they'll, at the very least, show more songs.
Yeah. It is supposed to be this year, though. I'm pretty sure they did confirm that.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
And they also said, they didn't say this on the stream, but another thing they mentioned, like, since the first announcement was that there's not going to be like a Rock Band 5 or a Rock Band 6. This is kind of like a platform for their stuff
the
going
Rock
on.
Band platform. Yeah. Which I like that. That's pretty much... I think with the other Rock Band games, they're just trying to improve a lot of things, and they pretty much got the hang of it at this point. So, unless there's some big glaring thing missing, they pretty much just devote all their time to getting DLC.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yep.
I really hope they get a Muse song this time around. That's all I want.
I need more than one goddamn Muse song.
Yeah.
I remember when they were when it was coming, somebody like data mined it and just saw Hysteria, and they're like, "This is either Muse or Def Leppard. We're not sure." I was
Please be Muse. Please be Muse.
I don't want to do any one-arm drumming.
Didn't Rock Band do a Def Leppard game? Or was that something else?
No.
They did the Beatles, they did Green Day, and then they did Lego.
Guitar Hero, I mean.
Oh, Guitar Hero did Aerosmith and Metallica, I think, were the only two.
No, there was another one. I swear to God there was a Def Leppard one.
Nope. There was not a Def Leppard game by Guitar Hero. I can almost guarantee you that. There might have been another game, but it wasn't Def Leppard.
No, there was no Def Leppard.
It was something. God damn it. Who the fuck
Maybe
was
Def
it?
Leppard made their own rhythm game or something. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. No idea what he could possibly be talking about.
I think there was a Def Leppard song in Rock Band 3.
There was a six-song pack to Rock Band.
And apparently Def Leppard is playing in Phoenix in
Who
September.
the fuck am I thinking of? I swear
Just
to
so
God,
you know.
they did a standalone Guitar Hero game. It was some fucking 80s band, had a British flag looking thing for the cover. What the fuck was it?
The
Oh God.
Beatles?
No,
No, that was Rock Band.
Van Halen.
Guitar Hero?
It was, why am I thinking
Van
why did I
Halen
think-
was, yes,
Why
Van
would
Halen was the one you're thinking
Halen have
of.
a
I don't
British
know.
flag?
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Leave me alone.
Their flag,
No,
or not the flag. I know the cover. I know the cover he's talking about, and it's remotely British looking. It's not the color of that.
Yeah. Okay, Van
Is that
Halen. Yeah, that's a
Guitar
completely
Hero?
different band. Yeah, there was a Guitar Hero
Van Halen, yeah.
Wait, that doesn't look British. It just looks like a bunch of random lines. Lines are British. They're very good at queuing up. The Brits are very good at lines. Making them, being in them, everything to do with them.
That's why their flag is a bunch of lines. Hey, wait, ours is too. Shit.
Man, I'm sad this was Guitar Hero because I totally fucking buy this.
And I think
If it
I
wasn't
remember.
Guitar Hero.
I remember now. They didn't use Eddie Van Halen, wasn't it? Or one of the original members. They didn't use him. They used his son, Wolfgang. I think it was.
Did they re-record some of it?
Well, no, I mean like in
You
the,
just mean for the player models?
in the player models.
Oh, okay.
He might have. They both might have been in there, but I remember seeing Wolfgang in there at least.
I know the Van Halen brothers are kind of douchebags, kind of, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah. I mean, so was David Lee Roth, but
Yeah.
I think there was too much douche in one place, so something had to give. This is pretty cool. They have Billy Idol, Wide Wedding, and You Really Got Me. That's a good bunch of music.
I think that's the thing that really annoyed me about the Guitar Hero band
They
games.
got so much good shit, and you're like,
Oh.
No.
It's not even
No.
that. It's just hey, here's the game for this band. Only half of the game is this band.
Yeah, and here's the songs or the bands that inspired them.
well, yeah, and how many Van Halen songs do you really want to play?
Well, that's
But,
why they don't need their own damn game.
Yeah,
Well,
but like
yeah, they
the
could have a
Metallica,
DLC pack.
the Metallica one, like I don't want to play fucking what was it? I can't remember any of the songs in that game now. Though I want to play Metallica.
A lot of good Metallica songs, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to play an entire game of just Metallica.
I would.
I would and
just-
did.
there's-
Well, not full game, but you know what I mean.
But I didn't mind the Metallica one too much, just because a lot of the non-Metallica stuff they had on there was stuff that Metallica actually covered.
Yeah.
So it made me feel better about it.
Well, they had that Queen song, so it wasn't all bad.
Stone Cold Crazy.
Yeah, it's a good fucking song. I want to hear that song now.
Right after this.
There were such douches about the achievements on that game, though. Like, one of them was to, 5-star that song on vocals on Expert,
Yeah, good luck with that.
or something like that. I was like, fuck you.
Are you Freddie Mercury? Then you're never getting this.
Nah, I'm good. Thanks. Yeah, pretty much.
Like, literally, I think I saw, a bunch of, videos and stuff about how to do it, and it was basically just play the actual song and set the microphone next to it. Something to that effect.
That's great.
That's cheating.
But that's hilarious.
What you do when your achievements are bullshit.
Or you stop wasting your time getting achievements.
People are desperate.
People like Kyle.
I can honestly say I've never gotten all the achievements at any Guitar Hero or Rock Band game because I'm not that good.
Jesus.
Well, a lot of theirs were also like play online ranked match with like this song and do better than this person.
Oh, yeah, I hated that shit too.
Remember, you and I actually got together to play once or twice online because of that.
Yeah.
You wanted some of those.
Yep.
I had to do things with you.
Like fucking trying to connect with somebody like in that game was like horrifying too.
It's not that I had to do something with Kyle, but it was like way after I was done with that game. Like, I don't want to play this anymore.
Don't make me do stuff. Yeah. So, and then just one quick thing. E3's coming up.
Hooray!
Yay! So, there's been some announcements lately. We do have a schedule up on our site. Some interesting things Nintendo announced. They announced when their conference was. Yay, it's at 9 a.m. on the 16th, which is Tuesday. They're doing a Treehouse thing again, which is just them.
They had an announcement announcing that they were going to announce their E3 plans.
They did do that. They did the Marvel thing.
Oh, God.
They're going to have the Treehouse thing, which was cool. You could just kind of tune into that and they were just doing all Nintendo all the time. It's kind of fun. Also particularly cool, they announced there's going to be a playable Mario Maker at Best Buy.
Which is going to be 17th? A shit show.
Oh, there's no way. Yeah, that's going to be a fuck fest.
They did something like that with, I think, Smash Brothers, and it was the line was like 3 hours long.
Yeah, don't try. It's cool to doing it, but you're fucked. Just assume you're fucked.
Prepare to be there all day if you want to go.
Something, at least Smash Bros. Is kind of neckbeardy enough that maybe they're not 9 million people, but Mario Maker? Holy fuck. Random people in the store are going to be like, oh, cool. They're not going to wait for 3 hours for it, but, So anyway, they're doing that on the 17th, which is Wednesday. And then the 20th, which is Saturday, I think. Yeah. And, times are up on the schedule, but that's kind of neat. And apparently, if you go to the Mario Maker thing, you'll get a sweet 30th anniversary Super Mario Brothers pin while supplies last. So you're probably not getting one. Unless you show up at, open on Wednesday.
This isn't E3 related, but it is Nintendo related. They will be doing another hour of Splatoon this weekend.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I might actually
try that because
it
will be here
from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock Pacific time on Saturday.
All right, we're putting that on the calendar.
Hell yeah, we are.
Apparently, we're going to do that instead of karaoke.
I want to play more Splatoon. I've been wanting to play some Lost Test Fire.
I need to try it out. I should be able to do that one.
It's fun.
Also, of particular note, this year there will be 3 new conferences. Square Enix is doing, I believe, their first E3 conference.
Maybe that's kind of neat. Actually have a fucking release date for Final Fantasy 15.
Fuck Final Fantasy. I want to hear about Kingdom Hearts. I could not possibly give less of a fuck. The only way you're ever going
to hear about it is if 15 fucking comes out.
Fine. We can talk about that for 5 minutes, and then I want to see Kingdom Hearts. And I want to hear about the next ones, the old ones being released again for the 50th time on PS4.
Well, they got to talk about their Final Fantasy VII re-release.
Hey guys, we're going to tease this and not actually do it. Why do they keep doing that? They always drag out, and then everyone comes, and there's just, spooge everywhere, and they don't do it. So, anyways, Square Enix having their first conference. That's pretty neat. And Bethesda's having their first conference, and that's super fucking awesome.
That's good.
I really, 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 really want Fallout 4.
You'll get it. I'm sure of it.
Everyone is fucking frothing that Fallout 4 might get announced. That game, man, Fallout 3 was so fucking good.
Did we talk about that last week?
No, we didn't.
But
I will say Fallout was another one of those games that I played it until it made me sick. I couldn't even play, which is arguably supposed to be better, New Vegas. Couldn't play it because I'd already played the first game for like 80 hours or something fucking ridiculous.
80 hours in a Bethesda game? That's like
60
Short.
hours, excuse me. Well, for me, that's a lot of time in one game.
You still haven't left the starting area.
Yeah.
No, this isn't Skyrim. I'm just saying. Borderlands 2 I put 85 hours into, and I don't think that I can make... I still can't play it.
I'm sorry.
Fallout I only put 60 into, and I think that I'm working my way up to maybe... You know, if anything else, Battlefield 4, I am ready. My body is ready.
So yeah, Fallout 4 got quote unquote like leaked. I get not leaked, but like someone that was working on the game or working on a trailer for the game or something like that, like put in his LinkedIn
Something
profile.
Really convoluted.
Yeah, put in his LinkedIn profile that he'd worked on a Fallout 4 trailer or something, and then was like, "Oh, whoops, never mind."
Whoops! Can't take that back. What?
So
how do people see this shit so quick? It's like somebody posts something for 10 minutes, and no matter what's happening, someone somewhere is watching and took a screenshot.
Yeah, like who was sitting on that guy's LinkedIn profile, refreshing every couple seconds, waiting for?
How long was it between him posting it and taking it down, and how did someone notice?
Don't even know.
I have to wonder if there's not some like super nerd out there somewhere that just has like some kind of fucking...
He's got them all in
search
his
program.
That, he waits for them.
Yeah, he keys in like specific things like Half-Life 3, Fallout 4, etc. And if
just
anything
every
on the
day
internet,
on LinkedIn,
anywhere,
who's working on Fallout 4?
It's not even that. Like, it's just like a general like internet search thing. Like, just if it appears anywhere on the
Page
internet,
57 is a LinkedIn profile.
Know
from some guy he's never heard of.
Doesn't Google have something like that where you can set up alerts for certain topics?
It wouldn't surprise me.
I feel like I've done that before.
That sounds like something Google would do.
Well, they're
like
Google.
It would like you would tell it, like search for Donald Trump, and then anytime something with Donald Trump pops up, send me an email about it.
Anytime porn is added to the internet, oh God, stop the email, stop them! Ah!
I was kidding.
So many. How did you send 8,000 emails in 6 seconds? So much porn.
I myself couldn't care less about Fallout 4. What I want is Dishonored 2.
You shut your dirty whore mouth.
Hey, fuck Fallout 4. Dishonored 2 is way better.
Dishonored already had its time. Fallout time.
Fallout's had 3 games, or 4 games,
just
sorry.
Stop making Elder Scrolls games, and I'd be perfectly happy with that.
I'd be okay with that, too.
Fallout, Dishonored, and fuck Elder Scrolls.
Somebody would bomb their headquarters.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
Some fat neckbeard somewhere.
Yeah.
No more Elder Scrolls games?
They're fun, you know. Yeah, Downshift would be the first one bombing their place.
Downshift and Goku.
But,
Goku's spawn would be badly written.
Dishonored 2 would be cool, too. I still need to play through that game. I know I'm terrible. And another interesting the third one of the three first timers. There's going to be a PC gaming conference, which is pretty cool.
I believe we talked about that.
Yeah.
Did we
mention that? Yeah.
I believe you. Not that we can't talk about it again. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah. I mean, now it's the time, I guess. It's they got a site set up, and we're still waiting to see where it's going to stream. I assume it's going to be like on the Twitch front page, because it's kind of a big fucking deal, and Twitch is one of their sponsored by partners. So this is sponsored by AMD. It says powered by PC Gamer, whatever the fuck that means. I guess the nerds at PC Gamers are the ones doing stuff.
PC Gamer will probably be the Twitch channel it's on, I imagine.
Yeah, they're like the hosts.
Yeah.
I remember we did talk about this a bit because Cliffy B is going to be part of it.
Oh, that's
right. Yeah.
I remember.
Good old Cliff.
You remind me with things that I hate that jogs my memory. So, yeah, there's a couple things here. It's cool. I like that this is happening. I'm not sure what exactly you talk about at a PC gaming conference, but, maybe it's going to be fun. Maybe some indie shit. AMD's going to be there. Maybe they'll talk about, I don't know, video cards or something. I don't know. It's interesting.
We'll hand out free monocles and wine glasses full of Mountain Dew.
Whoa, this is an Xbox conference, bro. Xbox bleed Mountain Dew.
That's why you get the monocle, too, for the PC Master Race.
I have a fancy aged Mountain Dew.
Yes, the 1995 Mountain Dew that was a fine vintage.
Recarbonated for your pleasure. Oh, God. That was a good year.
It was a good year for the
I
Dew.
want the Mountain Dew from the year Diablo 2 came out.
Rare bottle of pitch black Mountain Dew.
It's a rare vintage pitch black.
God, this is a year 2000, released in June with Diablo 2.
This is the original flavor of Game Fuel.
Oh god, that reminds me. They had those
Released
fucking
for Halo 2.
the special like World of Warcraft branded Mountain Dew cans and stuff too.
Ugh.
I can't.
That is totally still a PC thing, as long with Xbox.
Well, you can't say Mountain Dew doesn't know their audience.
Yeah. That's all I have to say. Just
It's either teens doing extreme sports or nerds playing video games. One of the two.
nerds. Yeah.
They really got a split demographic going there.
Hey, you got to cover all your bases.
Yeah. So, say that about, covers it. What have you guys been playing this week?
I tried out one of the free PSN games I had. It's called Ether 1. It was actually kind of cool, but it's kind of fucking buggy. Which, I mean, I get it. It's like a really, really small fucking dev. It was made by like 6 people. And they're like busting their ass to fix it. Like I've been on message boards I go to and stuff. Like one of the developers is actually on there, like asking people the problems they've been having and talking about the patch they have coming out and what it's going to fix and everything, and like being really nice about it and everything. So that's kind of cool. But the game itself, it's pretty much your like a standard kind of like first person adventure game. Go around, pick up all the things, rub all the things against other things. But the story for it's kind of neat. It's basically like it's really kind of secretive about what's going on at first. Like it opens with like you just hear like this phone message from, I'm assuming like the character you're playing as, it's like one of their relatives or something, telling them like not to do this thing and how they're just being used or whatever. And you go into this like empty like facility, and you basically find out you're effectively being sent into another person's like mind. And like you're supposed to be trying to like help like cure dementia basically in this person, and you have to find like these memories and stuff, and it's really neat. But I didn't get too far in the game because there's a couple like game stopping bugs right now that they're trying to fix, so I kind of backed off of it until they put the patch out. But it was really interesting. It's got really good atmosphere. Graphically it's nothing special because 6 people probably made it in a basement or whatever, but I mean there's some potential there. It was like they could make, if they keep at it, they could probably make something pretty cool down the road.
Didn't it pretty much like come out when it went on sale, basically?
Yeah, it's well, I mean, it came out on PC like a while ago, but yeah, it launched as a PS Plus title.
That's cool. That's a good way to get the game into a lot of people's hands, and they can tell other people about it and whatnot.
Yeah,
maybe stoke sales that way.
I mean, there's definitely potential there. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt until they fix it.
It sounds real interesting. I don't think I put that on my list, but I might have to now.
Yeah, just like I say, keep an eye out for when they patch it and then give it a shot. It doesn't seem like it's too terribly long. You can probably get like maybe 10-15 hours out of it.
I haven't really been playing all that much. I've been playing Grand Theft Auto mostly. I played Destiny for the first time in like a month and a half with Nick the other day. They added...
And you shockingly had fun.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed myself. Holy shit. They put the Queen's Wrath back in finally. I think it's only the second time it's been in since the game's been out. Which, for those that don't know, it's a PvE-based event, which is different from Iron Banner, which is mostly... Well, not mostly, but which has been PvP only. And I think... Queen's Wrath is the only PvE event they've done so far.
Yeah, like I'm not sure this is like the full-blown event, though. This is almost like a pre-release event for House of Wolves.
Right.
They just tied it to the Queen's Wrath thing because, that's basically what it's for.
And I'm wondering if
story-wise.
if it's gonna be like a weekly reset thing, or if it's gonna be like a thing that comes and goes every once in a while, like Iron Banner is.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. Like the thing that I saw that was interesting with it is they actually reset the Queen's Wrath rep. So I'm wondering what they're going to do with it in the long run.
Maybe that would explain why, like when I was looking at my different rep like levels, like it didn't show anything for Queen's Wrath. Maybe that's because it got reset.
Yeah, it got reset, and then like the stuff available on the vendor right now is the same stuff they had before, pretty much. But like it's all rank 1 and rank 2, so I don't know what rank 3 will get you or anything. But I heard, like I think Nick was saying, the ship that is sitting behind the chick, like the vendor you talk to, is actually something you can get now, which is kind of cool because that was pretty neat looking. I remember when they did the Queen's Wrath thing originally, everybody was like, "Oh, that's a neat ship," and then you couldn't get it.
I didn't really get too deep into it, but what they have right now basically are I believe it's 6 bounties as of right now. There've been at least one a day since the event started.
Yeah.
And basically, it tells you just to like kind of wait around this one area, and then at some point, like not a public event, but like an event will happen. At the corner, it will say like the wolves are coming or something like that, and then you gotta find where they drop. And you go through a couple waves of characters for like high level shields and whatnot, and then eventually you get to like a named character that you have to take out.
It's similar. It starts up similar to how the Swords of Crota thing was, where it's just you hear like it shows a little message, and then you gotta find them.
Yeah.
In this case, it's a drop ship.
From what I understand, they've done a new bounty each day that the event's gone on.
Yeah.
And Nick and I did the first 5 yesterday. I haven't done the 6th one yet, but I don't know if there's going to be a 7th. I think Nick said there's only 6.
Yeah, they were all on there right off the bat, and there was just 6. I suppose like the 7th day is the expansion coming out, so.
Yeah. You couldn't actually get the 6th one until 6th day, I don't think, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like one each day. If you looked on the bounties themselves, it was like day 1, day 2, day 3, and so on.
It was interesting. I mean, it got me playing Destiny again, which that game is still fun. It's just I ran out of stuff I really wanted to do in that game a long time ago.
The thing that I found interesting with it too, the engrams you get from killing these mobs and from the chests that spawns after you kill them, because that's like one of the parts of it too. Is after you kill the named guy, you get like there's a minute and 30-second timer that pops up, and there's a gold type chest that spawns somewhere in the zone, and you have to find it. And it can have like it's like a normal chest, only has like way better shit, like a ton of like materials, and you can get like a lot better engrams and stuff out of them. But you can't actually turn the engrams in yet because they're tied to the expansion.
Yeah, I think some of them you can, but not all of them. It was weird because I remember going back into town and like going to the Cryptarch, and it had the icon, saying I had stuff to decrypt, and I decrypted everything, and I left and I went back and looked at him again. It still had the green thing. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then I remembered reading on Reddit that you can't get them until the expansion comes out. I also got a couple heavy weapon synths out of it too, I think.
Oh yeah, like heavy and special weapon synths. I got like a crap load of them.
Yeah, there was also I didn't get one of these, but I think you can get a treasure key, which is part of the expansion stuff. I didn't get one yet, but
yeah, I got one. I think David got a couple, and Nick got one too.
So I think that's for the Prison of Elders PvE stuff.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I wonder how that works exactly. I mean, I know how it works, like going through the PvE thing and then getting the key, but if you have the key, can you go to the treasure room immediately, or do you have to wait?
I don't know.
I have to wait and see.
Give you access to like more stuff when you get through to the end, or how that'll work.
What was kind of interesting about those chests is you could leave the area and come back and reopen it. So there's one in Skywatch on Earth where like it was right by a loading zone. Nick and I went back and forth, and I think we got it like 4 times before the timer ran out.
Nice.
We could have gotten it a 5th time if we found it early enough, but not such luck. So it got me interested in wanting to play Destiny again. I'm not like as gung-ho as I was about it back in the day, but I'm slightly more looking forward to it than I was.
Yeah, that's pretty much what all of us are.
And I'm assuming that was their plan. Get people like to go back to it that kind of lost interest.
I'm moderately interested in this.
The thing that I thought was weird about it is like apparently this started up on Tuesday, but like they didn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know anything about it until like Friday.
Yeah, same here. So we'll see. Maybe there will be more Destiny talk on this podcast. I know how much people love that. The only other thing I played is I played my Westerado. I got one of the endings on that. I'm not going to go into it, but I don't remember what I had mentioned when I talked about it last week, but I know at least I mentioned that some people will give you clues as to what the guy looks like and tell you, like, yeah, he's got a red hat and he's got a blue jeans and he had a big belt buckle and whatnot. But I remember running into the guy and accusing him, and he ran off. But I didn't realize I had to chase after him, so I lost him. But then eventually, like today when I was playing, I found him again real quick and chased after him, and that's a fun game. It wasn't a very long game. I think I probably beat it in like 2 or 3 hours. But like I might have mentioned this last week, it's got multiple endings, so there's reason to go through it again. There's that. I think that's pretty much it. Grand Theft Auto. Messing around with mods in that one more. There's actually a fire breathing bar, which is a lot of fun because you can activate it. You can activate it mid cutscene. So the video I first heard about it, I saw a GIF where someone was playing as like a cat and they were breathing fire on someone. But IGN did a video about some of the mods that they've been playing with, and they were showing one of the cutscenes where one of the characters was like in his son's room yelling at his son about something, and like midway through this, then he starts breathing fire. And like the kid's room like it just catches fire, and it's pretty fucking hilarious. So that was kind of fun to screw around with. But
these are
that's
the important things.
I mean, that's the reason I got the PC version, was for mods like that. It's stupid little things that are just kind of fun to fuck around with for a little bit. That's pretty much all I've been playing. I bought Nidhogg for the PS4. They're having a flash sale that will be over by the time this goes up, unfortunately.
Sad.
But that's a fun game. I'm bringing that with me to Arizona so Webb can play it, and I'm sure he'll have a good time with it. It's a lot of fun. That's about it for me.
On PC.
You might. I think I might have talked about it.
Steam sales before, but
well, if you hurry right now, Kyle, it's at $5 on PSN.
What is it even? Because I remember looking at it, I was like, I'm not sure if I'll like this.
It's a one-on-one fencing game. It's really hard to like. I can't really explain it very well. You kind of have to see it and play it. But it's a hell of a lot of fun. Like it might not look like it is, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that suddenly, like I had a flash of me like reading that and being like, what is this?
Yeah, I had the PC version at the gathering. Webb didn't get to see it, but Nick played it and a couple other people, and we had a good time with it. So it's a lot of fun. I recommend it if you have people to play it with. Like I think you I don't know, maybe not right now, but at some point your kids might be able to play with you.
It's hilarious. This is on PS4.
It's not super complicated either. It's pretty easy to learn.
Shit, maybe I'll buy this. Why not? I still have my $10 from when I bought my PS4.
Like I said,
spent it.
It's a lot of fun if you have people to play it with, and you have friends who are more than I do. But it's a lot of fun.
Not that much more. My friends are fat losers and they never go.
Yeah, I know.
Jack sets us talking about you. I mean, what?
But yeah, I'll kind of basically talk about it. Like you have you can hold your sword at 3 different heights: low, medium, or high. You can roll, or you can jump, and then you can, if you're in there, you can jump kick. You can like jump off of walls and whatnot, and you're basically trying to. You start off in like the middle of the screen, basically, and there are 5 screens total, 2 on each side of the middle screen, and you kind of like have to get to the end of the like player 1 has to get to the far right, player 2 has to get to the far left, and the other player is trying to stop them and whatnot. And it's a lot of back and forth and a lot of crazy kills and stupid mistakes happening, and it's just a really good time.
Indeed. Perhaps I shall watch a video.
Play it on Tuesday.
Also possible. Me? I've been playing GTA with you guys. Well, with you. Not you, Kyle.
No.
Bastard. And then I just finished Halo 2 today. And I gotta say...
What year is it?
Not a very good game. We were kind of discussing this earlier, but honestly, I remember when the game was coming out back in 2007? Whatever. And, I remember when they announced dual wielding, and we were all like, fuck yeah, that's awesome, and it's going to be so cool. Totally ruins the game. Dual wielding was a terrible idea. It makes all the guns that are, single-handed just they're fucking useless. So you have to have two of them. But when you have two of them, you can't throw grenades. If you melee, you drop your gun. To do a grenade, you have to drop your gun, and then you can throw a grenade. And the story is not very good. It's not Destiny bad, but not great. At least it exists. I'll give them that. It's there for me to not like. And it really it bothers the fuck out of me that the last thing you do in the game, you end up not being Master Chief. I don't know why, but it just really fucking bugs me. Like, the last level of the game you're playing is the Arbiter, which is, if you've played Halo, Halo 2, you play as Master Chief, and then one of the elite dudes. And that bugged me, that you left off on the game just playing as someone else. I was just like, that's so weird. But, and oh my god, I cannot believe this game. If you played the first Halo with other people, you would know that everyone fucking hated the library. If you're not familiar with Halo, the library is this level where there's an enemy in the game called the Flood, and it's just these zombie things. And they're terrible. And it's this long, never-ending, giant series of hallways basically filled with zombie things that just kind of...
And the hallways all look the same.
Everything looks the same, and you constantly get turned around because everything looks the same. And they actually put this that everyone fucking hated. They put it into Halo 2 too. Now it wasn't quite the same. A little less. Everything looks the same. I don't know where I am, but it was frustrating as fuck to play through. They made the Flood really fucking hard to kill. All the alien weapons seem to be completely ineffective against them, and they'd start you off in the level with those weapons. So to get anything, you'd have to kill one, and it would take 800 bullets, and then you'd finally get a human weapon, and those were a little better. But it was so irritating. And then, God forbid, if you lost your shields and one of those stupid little things snuck up on you, you would just die instantly.
Yep, that level was the reason I never beat that game.
Yeah, it's bad. That level was the worst one in the game, by far. Probably, honestly, more frustrating than the original Halo one. The only reason that I'm not entirely sure about that, I played the original Halo game, I don't even know how many times. That game was great. This Halo 2, though, I think I played it one time. Maybe two, if we're being nice. Because it just wasn't very good. There's nothing like the first Halo game.
Yep, that was the first console FPS that got it right.
Yeah, I mean, you'd had GoldenEye, but that wasn't really Halo actually had a fun story mode. The first Halo game, I legitimately fucking loved playing through the story.
That's the whole reason
looking around, and there's just so much depth that you don't even realize. So many little things everywhere, if you timed it right in this certain area, you could grab a Banshee and skip half the level. Just stuff you could do. Or if you had a pistol and you went up against the big dudes that shot bombs, you run past them as they're lunging at you, shoot them in their back in the orange spot, and they die instantly. Just little things you learned. In Halo 2, it just kind of felt like all the little things weren't really there. They kind of just half-assed it. So that's what disappoints me about that game.
I still remember going to a friend's house who was slightly more well-off than our family was, but they had an Xbox before I had, and they had Halo, and I remember playing it at their house, and this is freaking amazing. I want an Xbox now. I
remember my uncle got an Xbox the same year I did, but he got Halo. And we spent, Christmas playing that, and I was like, oh my fucking god, I need this. I remember the first, me and him are playing, the first thing we do is immediately stare at the sky because we don't know how the fuck to use the controller. Because it was way different from even the N64. I'd played Perfect Dark shit tons, but that control scheme is not even remotely the same. But getting used to playing that was what?
It
was funny because it was probably one of the first games to use that control scheme.
I didn't know that the original Xbox controller was trying to hug a grizzly bear.
Well, and I had big hands, so it didn't bother me. Except when you had to hit the black and white buttons. They had the worst placement possible.
Oh, God, yes.
Way at the fucking top, and you'd have to hyperextend your fucking thumb or move the controller in your hand so you could boop. Like, I need to turn on the flashlight. Hold on, give me a second. All right. Fortunately, there were buttons you didn't need very often.
Yeah.
You know, it was one was the light, and white was the light, which made sense, and black was the one for switching grenades. So it wasn't a huge deal. I think fuck with the 360, they decided, hey, let's do shoulder buttons, because that's not retarded. And here we are.
Well, they also moved the placement of those on the S controller.
Down to the bottom, underneath the buttons.
Much better spot for those things.
Yeah, definitely.
My God.
I liked the fatties, though, because my hands are big, and they just kind of fit. I just, opened my hands, and the controller fit. But, I also realized that I don't have normal-size hands, so for most people, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. There was that, wasn't it a Penny Arcade comic where there's this guy talking about the controllers and it zooms out and his hands, touch the ground. He's like, I don't get why people don't like it.
Yeah, they actually did one too. It's let's see what happens when we
swap out the controller for this grizzly bear. Did this get lighter?
Yeah.
I remember that now.
We got a link to this
new Xbox controller.
On our podcast page.
It feels smaller.
Did you order one of those new smaller controllers or something? I think I like it better. I love that. Anyway, I had fun, but it was definitely not as good as the first game. So I don't really remember 3. 3 and 4 I played at someone else's house, so I really don't, because I didn't buy a 360. The whole generation, Microsoft could suck my dick. I did not like what they were doing, so I just didn't buy one.
You played Halo 3 for the first time because of me.
Quite possibly.
It was because I had the beta.
That's funny. And then I think I played the game itself at my uncle's house, the whole thing. And then Halo 4 I played at my friend's house. I never played ODST. It honestly seems kind of meh. I don't want to play a fucking Halo game without a fucking Spartan in it.
It was fun.
Was it though? You're just a dude, aren't you?
Yeah, but it was still fun.
Yeah,
it was more challenging because you don't have the recharging shields, so it was a much harder game.
Yeah, no Halo health.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that does sound challenging. So, I'm looking forward to Halo 3, and Halo 4 seemed fun, I thought, but we'll see. Kind of refresh my memory.
Halo 4 was okay. Wasn't my favorite by far, but
every one of them is better than Halo 2, is what I remember.
Yeah,
Halo 2 is definitely the lowest point of the series. I think Halo 1 is by far the best.
I think Halo 3 is the most I played of the multiplayer.
See, I played multiplayer all purely in Halo 2. That was the only redeeming quality of Halo 2. That I could do
Halo 1.
I did play a shit ton in Halo 1, but Halo 2 brought Xbox Live, and that was a big fucking deal.
Split screen Halo 1 was so much fun back in the day.
Oh, it was. I loved playing even through the campaign with friends, cousins, whoever. I don't give a fuck. It was fun. And then, PvP and the fucking... You used to be able to network your Xboxes.
Yeah.
That was fun. You could have up to 16 players in a match. That was crazy.
Those were the days.
That was a special thing, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I feel like having 16 Xboxes in one place all running at the same time.
16 people, 4 Xboxes.
Oh, okay. When you're talking about networking them together, I was like, that would cause a reactor meltdown or
16,
something.
I don't know. Yeah,
well,
4 Xboxes with 4 people on them each.
16 Xboxes in one room would be 1,000 degrees in that room.
Yeah.
and take up 90% of the room. There'd be no room to sit.
Yeah, plus, yeah. We'd all be crushed. Between the controller and the Xbox itself, Jesus Christ. I think that thing was honestly the size of my fucking computer. They didn't even try to miniaturize it. They're like, all right, slap a motherboard and a processor, get that DVD drive. All right, we got ourselves a console. Should we maybe try to make this smaller? You shut the fuck up.
Didn't it also have the power brick on the outside too? Or is that just the 360?
I know the 360 had a fucking massive one. No, the Xbox original actually had a power brick inside.
Well, that's why it was so huge then, I imagine.
Well, that's part of it. A normal computer has the power supply inside of it as well. Well, Well, like the PS4 has it inside, and it's not fucking huge.
Well, yeah, but that's, 10 years later?
Yeah, and it's not very new technology. Like a phone processor with a bunch of RAM. That's why it's so small. Anyhow, that's my Halo talk for the week. It was good times. You'll probably see some footage in our in this podcast. You'll have already watched it.
Yeah, you might have already seen it.
Ha! You'll see me failing miserably at the part with the flood many times. Oh, it was so frustrating. I'm still mad.
I think I still have Halo 1 footage I haven't used yet.
We got lots of footage of Halo. That'll be our filler.
It might be all Halo this week, because I don't think I recorded anything.
Well, fortunately, I have like 4 hours of Halo.
I know!
I downloaded 10 gigabytes.
You son of a bitch.
So anyway, I guess that'll do it. Thank you for joining us, MT.
Yep.
And Kyle.
Uh-huh.
And as always, you can look us up on Facebook at Does This Game Suck? Google Plus, Does This Game Suck? YouTube, Does This Game Suck? And Twitter, Does Game Suck? Fuck you, Twitter. Character limit. And fuck you, whoever owns DTGS and doesn't even fucking use it. You go to hell.
You go to hell and you die.
Yeah, and you die. That is the worst. When you see a name you want for something and somebody took it and never fucking used it. Ugh! You should just delete accounts that don't get used. Like, why don't they do that?
He'll be willing to sell it to us for $2,000 probably.
Yeah, you can fucking eat a dick. Not gonna happen.
Nope.
Anyway, until next week. And next week might be a special one because MT's gonna be here.
Ooh.
Kyle just pissed his pants with excitement.
I can tell everyone else at home will be excited too. Because it'll be so much different.
Oh. We'll be able to see each other when we laugh at each other.
Gay.
Won't you look me in the eye when you laugh at me?
Oh, I will.
All right. Goodbye.